at 1.
A very good afternoon, and thank you so much for keeping it NBS Television always. Welcome to NBS Live at 1 with me, Tracy Kansimi. The newly appointed cabinet and state ministers have gathered at the National Leadership Institute in Chankwanzi for a week-long orientation retreat aimed at aligning government priorities and strengthening service delivery, with President Yoweri Museveni expected to officially open the program. Now take a moment and head to Chankwanzi and listen in to the developments there.
Status, and this was delivered by our Deputy Head of Public Service and Deputy Secretary to Cabinet, Dr. Wenene, who gave us examples of Malaysia and Indonesia, and the major takeaway was that we can only talk about transformation if the Wananchi have transformed their lives. Probably this will speak directly to our PDM project, and I saw someone here who has practical experiences from Chisozi. Probably, Your Excellency, you will take us through that. And of course, you can't talk about budgeting and planning without giving the intricacies and the realities of an accounting officer, because as per Article 174 of the Constitution, it says that there will be accounting officers. We found it prudent to bring an accounting officer to share his experiences, and you found us having that presentation by Dr. Pius Vigirimana. Allow me to conclude it, and then we have the opening remarks. With your permission, Your Excellency. Thank you, Your Excellency. Dr. Vigirimana, in 5, please.
Your Excellency, I was concluding, and these are my concluding remarks. And I was looking at the relationship between ministers and accounting officers. And I said, it's a partnership for results. And I have had the privilege of working with many ministers over my career. And the relationship has always been professional, grounded in mutual respect, and focused on national development. But I must be honest, there are moments when the minister's political priorities and the accounting officer's financial obligations come into conflict. So when such a moment arises, I follow 4 principles. 1, advise early and clearly. It's a duty of the accounting officer to tender advice to the minister in respect of the business of the department. And this is not just a constitutional requirement under 174, but it is also a professional duty. If I believe a course of action is unlawful, I will say no, respectively, but firmly. Number 2, put it in writing. If a minister insists on proceeding despite my advice, I document the advice. I submit formally outlining the legal and financial implications. This is not about protecting myself, but it is about ensuring accountability. And this I have done in the past. Number 3, build the trust through performance. The best way to protect the accounting officer-minister relationship is to deliver results.
Well, the developments at Chankwanzi continue on NBS Live on AfroMobile. But moving on, police have distanced themselves from reports of the arrest of former Kampala Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago, was allegedly picked from his home this morning. Police spokesperson Rusoke Kituma said the force has no information about any such arrest and urged Lukwago to clarify the claims. The statement follows widespread reports of his alleged detention. Police says it will provide updates once the facts are established.
Honorable Elias Lukwago, I'm not aware
But in the event that I get more information about it, we can always share it. Yeah.
We now take a break, but NBS Live at 1 returns shortly with many more stories.
Uganda is more connected than ever before. From mobile broadband to digital payments, access is no longer the challenge. But the real question is, how do we turn this connectivity into real opportunity? Introducing the State of the Digital Economy 2026, Uganda's annual digital check on how we go beyond connectivity to jobs, innovation, and economic growth. Across 5 key pillars: human capital, cybersecurity, policy, artificial intelligence, and infrastructure. This is how we build a workforce that creates, unlock digital jobs and income, ensure trust and security, enable smarter policies, and connect Ugandans to global opportunities. Don't just be online, be part of what's next. Partner with us to shape Uganda's digital future.
And that's it for today. Till the next episode.
Like a daily bando, like a daily bando, like a daily bando. Omuli dongo ulira muli mumutima kukankana like drums. Kalakata, kalakata, elendongo ya kusabula. We gonna do free on fire, free on fire, free on fire.
Why pay for someone else's repairs? Say goodbye to hidden costs and hello to peace of mind of a brand new start. Discover the Suzuki range of unmatched, fuel-efficient, and reliable options. From the iconic Jimny to the new Across Hybrid. Find the perfect blend of style and world-class efficiency. Upgrade today and enjoy 1 year of free fuel and comprehensive insurance, plus 2 years of free service and a 3-year warranty. Trade in your current car or choose financing to start driving as you pay installments. Don't wait. Visit the Suzuki showroom today or call 0800 211 033 to get started.
The National Mosquito Net Distribution Campaign is back. No one should die of malaria in this era. It is your responsibility to chase malaria from your home. The good news is that the government of Uganda has once again started distribution of mosquito nets under the 5th Universal Coverage Campaign, also known as the Under the Net campaign. Under this exercise, 1 mosquito net will be distributed per 2 people in every household. A village health team member, a community health extension worker, also known as a CHU, and the LC1 chairperson will move house to house to register members of the household in preparation for receiving their mosquito nets. Do not lie back. Ensure that you register all your household members to receive a mosquito net. On the distribution date, move to your distribution point and receive your net. Mosquito nets protect you and your family members from infectious mosquito bites that lead to malaria. Ensure that you receive the net, hang the net, and sleep under the net every night.
Bana Uganda twaniriza Joseph Ngoma mu concert yesose ku Lugogo Cricket Oval nga 10 mu July 2026. Tickets za mitwale 2, emitwale 5, atemeze y'abantu 8 ya milioni 3. Tickets ojazisanga ku carrytickets.com, Friends Supermarket ne ku Hotel Triangle. Kwa note 756 555 Chino chetu badde tulinda. Joseph Ngoma, mwana mulenzi omuwandiisi, vocal powerhouse. Aludenga konko n'endongo. Ekutte ku mitima gy'abanna Uganda. Gendongo yenyuma, eyimusa. Ekuwe essuubi. Agikubya mu style y'omulembe. Kati ategese ekitabangawo. Twagala cricket oval. Ejure kumulundi guno gwokka babulaza mutwaleko ba sister out bitegekeddwa charism n'ebiwagirwa.
Reach your hand Africa and NBS Plus proudly presents the biggest inter-school dance showdown. Are you ready? You can dance. Grand finale. After weeks of energy, dedication, and unforgettable performances, schools from across the country are coming together for one final showdown. Expect crazy moves, wild energy, and non-stop vibes all day long. Happening at Scoris International School Saturday, 20th June 2026 from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. under the theme Empowering Youth and Transforming Livelihoods Through Dance. Dance is more than entertainment. It's expression, opportunity, confidence, and transformation. You can dance. One stage, one culture, one energy.
Oi! There's only one Vinny J.
Football is better with Pepsi. Pepsi, thirsty for more.
And that's it for today. Till the next episode.
Like a daily bando, like a daily bando, like a daily bando. Omuliro nguwulira muli mu mutima kukankana like drums. Kalakata, kalakata, endungu ya kusabula. Mikono juu, free of fire, free of fire, free of fire.
Welcome back. You are watching NBS Live at 1 with me, Tracy Kansime. Now, authorities in Madiokolo district have raised concern over the worsening service delivery following a sharp decline in donor funding for refugees and host communities. The district, a home to about 223,000 people, including more than 70,000 refugees, is struggling to sustain essential services. The Chief Administrative Officer, Bruno Naoya, says reduced humanitarian support is placing immense pressure on already limited local government resources. This afternoon, we're joined by Martin Okudi. Thank you so much, Martin, for joining us this afternoon. Let's get into how dire the situation is given the limited funding.
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Tracy, and the NBS viewers. Madiokolo district has a population of over 223,000 people, and of these 70,000 are refugees, especially from the neighboring South Sudan. So we all know that most of these local governments are refugee hosting districts, are grappling with quite a number of challenges, especially in the sectors of water, talk about community access road, including education, health and environment. Madiokolo district is not exceptional. The leaders there have expressed a concern. I spoke to the local council 5 chairperson, including the Madiokolo district chief administrative officer. Let us listen in.
Clean water becomes a challenge. Then roads accessing those settlements. We also have to give health services. And you know, when Trump came, we have been having so many partners, but when Trump came in politics, the global politics affected the support by UNHCR. And many people were cut off, many NGOs and partners. I want to say that last financial year, we had a budget which was above 28 billion. And this financial year, we have a budget which is above 33 billion, and which was approved by the Old Council on the 11th.
Madiokolo has a total population of 223,000 people, and the refugee population is about 70,000. So this excess 70,000 for the refugees is really a headache for us, because this time government has rationed, actually has eliminated some of the refugees from getting any benefit from the NGOs. If you have lived in Uganda for 7 years already, you are not going to get any support. Those who have stayed for more than 4 years, they are eliminated from getting actual POSO. And they are getting small amount of money per month, which is not support.
Well, Tracy and the viewers, now the 223,000 population are going to say about over 30 billion shillings budget that has been allocated for this coming financial year. These are some of the challenges refugee hosting districts in West Nile region are grappling with. And this does not only include Madiokolo, but districts like Jumane, Obongi, Terego, all hosting refugees. But the Office of the Prime Minister is saying that there's donor fatigue. So the refugees have to share the little resources with the host community. Back to you at the Political Command Center.
Well, thank you so much there, Martin Okudi, joining us from Madiokolo. Now, the Prime Minister, Robin Anabanja, has urged NRM leaders in Kakumiro district to support President Yoweri Museveni's fight against corruption. Speaking during her first meeting with the constituents since her reappointment, Nabanja pledged continued dedicated service and donated a garbage collection tricycle to improve sanitation, promising similar support for all sub-counties in the district. We're joined by Fred Sewaje. Thank you so much for joining us. Fred, just tell us all of the commitments the Honorable Prime Minister is making mention of.
Thank you very much, Trace, and good afternoon to you and our viewers of NBS. Now, having reappointed the Prime Minister of Uganda, the Right Honorable Robin Anabanja, made her first appearance in Kakumiro district. You remember, she's also the woman MP for that area, and leaders in Kakumiro district paid her a visit to congratulate her upon the appointment. Now, the Prime Minister confirmed and also requested the NRM leaders, since they are nearer to the people, to help her to fight corruption and mostly to monitor government programs in the district. The Prime Minister also donated the tricycle garbage collector to help in promoting sanitation in the district, and also promised to continue donating more tricycles to help different areas in Kakumiro, particularly because she donated to the town council, and also leaders from other sub-counties also made a request. So let us first see what happened before she set off to Kyankwanzi for a retreat.
Today, all the chairmen of NRM in the district came to congratulate me. It is a very big bull. And then Kakumiro Town Council also came to congratulate me with a cow. So I want to thank my people. I want to thank the President for entrusting me once again with this office. I commit to perform even better than before, because now I'm more experienced than when I started the other time. So I promise Ugandans that we shall do all it takes. And we shall be very, very careful not to make mistakes. The President has told us that this Kisanja, or this term of office, there is no sleep, no more sleep, and 2, no room for corruption. I was telling our chairman to help our beneficiaries of parish development model, because there have been reports. We have even arrested some people here through the chairman and chairman LC3. There are some parish chiefs who have gone to prison because of corruption and bribery, and so we shall continue. The chairman will be our eyes at parish level, because they are near the parishes than me and everybody. Today I also offered Kakumiro Town Council with a tukutuku. This tukutuku will help us to clean our town. They will be collecting rubbish, garbage around town, and taking it to our dumping site. But when I get my money under the vehicle support by Parliament, part of it, I will buy it, yes, a vehicle, relatively cheap, but I will also support my town councils as requested by the chairman NRM.
Tracy and our viewers, NRM leaders in Kakumiro district also promised the Prime Minister that they will work hard to ensure that corruption is eradicated in the country. With more from that, we shall be coming to you in our subsequent bulletins. That is Amasengeje and Live at 9. Allow me to get back to you to the Political Command Center for more news.
Thank you so much, Fred Sawaje, for that update. Now, former Kampala Lord Mayor Erias Lukwago was reportedly arrested early this morning after armed men in UPDF uniforms surrounded and entered his Wakaliga home. Witnesses allege the operation involved 2 vehicles, including one without registration plates. Lukwago was reportedly taken away after security personnel had maintained surveillance around his residence. Now, I'll take a moment to get the report from the lawyers.
Lord Mayor Emeritus Erias Lukwago, who was kidnapped this morning by men in military uniforms, driving 2 drones with backup of some motorcycles that he parked around his residence this morning. We have been made to understand that they jumped over his fence without introducing themselves. They went to his bedroom, grabbed him, flogged him in front of his wife and children, and disappeared with him. The wife attempted to ask where they were taking him so they could follow up, and all they said was, "He will call you." So they disappeared. The police have said they have no knowledge of the events. Under the law, these security officers are not supposed to detain anyone, not even for a minute. But as we have witnessed in the recent past, they've been kidnapping and detaining people. So it's very unfortunate that we saw this morning, and we want to appeal to government to sober up, to do what civilized men and women do. We have also seen a tweet that is attributed to General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, the CDF, claiming they have him and they are keeping the fool, quote unquote the fool, and that he would be sending us photographs anytime soon. I want to emphasize that none of us is safe until we are safe. The seeds of hatred that are being planted one day may sprout. And as a community in Uganda, we will not be happy to see the sprouting of such seeds. Because if you can flog a man in front of his family, his wife and children,
Three former Israeli hostages rescued during the 1976 Entebbe raid have arrived in Uganda. Benny Davidson, Shai Gross and Zippy Cohen were received at Entebbe International Airport by the UPDF acting spokesperson, Colonel Chris Magezi. Nearly 50 years after the operation, they will visit the old Entebbe Airport terminal to honor those who died.
My father, he was with us here and he was killed during the operation. When the Israeli army came, my father stood up. He could not find my brother. He was shot. They took him to Kenya, to the hospital, and then flew him here. That's my father. So for me, it's very powerful. And my first reaction when we talked about coming here was, I want to go to the place when I say goodbye to him the last time. Because the last time I saw him was here in the old terminal. He was wounded and they just tore me away from him. And I want to feel after 50 years that I come to say goodbye to him and to light a candle for him.
It requires a certain level of conviction and persistence to decide after 50 years to embark an airplane and land at the airport where you were evacuated hastily in the middle of the night 50 years ago. So yes, it requires strength, internal strength. I think Israelis in general are persistent and stubborn people, which have a lot of internal strength. And us, and it's not just, it's true that you see the three of us here, but we represent, to some extent, all the ex-hostages.
Despite the restrictions and bad publicity, we are glad you've made time to come. It's a very important occasion. Our Chief of Defense Forces particularly is very passionate about our relationship with Israel. I'm sure you've been following that very closely.
And in news elsewhere, the United States and Iran have agreed on a framework peace deal aimed at ending months of conflict, with the formal signing expected on Friday in Switzerland. The agreement, brokered by Pakistan, includes the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, a vital global oil shipping route, prompting a drop in international oil prices after President Donald Trump announced let the oil flow. Both Washington and Tehran confirmed the breakthrough, although the full text of the agreement has not yet been released. The proposed deal extends the April 8th ceasefire for another 60 days while negotiations continue on key issues, including Iran's nuclear program and sanctions. Pakistan says military operations on all fronts, including Lebanon, will cease, though Israel has not commented. The conflict began with U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran in February. That particular story brings us to the end of NBS Live at 1. For more on these stories, do join us in our subsequent bulletins. My name is Tracy Kansime, and up next is Lunchtime Sport. Good afternoon.
in terms of okubeera beach soccer ina obajjukire waliwo akaseera beach soccer we yakwatira ku leka time we nali PR owakira yange etwale bamume center awambe ekikopo naye waliwo time beach soccer obakitegedde nga but now yagenda lo
nga betwaniza banafu abali ku NBS Sport ate ku abali ku NBS the big political command center tubetwagera ku muzanyo gwa beach soccer nga tubakaba congratulations team Kampala ovoro kwangula empaka zino kunondo gono of course nesimbi esobadala mukadde butano basolo kwa baweredwa but on the other side of course tujja kumpe bajikiza ntine team ya fe abali wansumi aka 17 nse at high note ovoro kuba team ya gwanga area Djibouti era still mu under 7 mu mpaka izabali wansumi aka 17 wali mu gwanga area Tanzania era bwetoka kananga Uganda tulinze fixture fe nadako nadanga togera ku bino for the good of our viewers abali ku NBS
the political command center Tracy Kansime jabadde
togera kati national interest ebisoko kati ebisoko kati national team tujibawo
ate mbadde nyingira olukubo lwayo nensanga honorable Evelyn Anite nezijukira wetwagenda naye Kinya naye nga bomala you have something to do next
but before nga sinagenda Germany twagala gamba nti boba nafe twatandisira manyi nnyo ddala but nga tunajja amasaza ga Buganda muzikirize suke ngendeko Germany tubategeeze bice bigenda maaso ate kusajja omuzannyo gw'omupiira naddala okwetola eggwanga erya Germany tujje n'empaka ez'amasaza manye ebintu byatambudde bitya. And a very good afternoon to all.